former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie. Governor, welcome back to Fox News Sunday.
Thanks for having me, Shannon.
All right, we're going to start with a reality check. Our latest Fox News poll has you at 1%. New York Magazine Intelligencer has this headline: Chris Christie is running. What is he even thinking? They say there is, to put it mildly, a thunderous lack of demand for a Christie bid among Republican voters. In a much discussed CBS YouGov survey in early May, an incredible 70% of Republicans said they would not even consider voting for Christie, by far the worst showing in the field. So, are you in this simply as a spoiler for President Trump, or what is your path forward? Because, you know, people who support you say, hey, even if that's what you're doing, they think it's a laudable goal. But what's the plan?
No, Shannon, we're in this to win. And by the way, we'll have some announcements this week that are going to show people that the Intelligencer is wrong, that there is a broad and wide demand for our candidacy. And quite frankly, what the demand is for the truth. The people in the Republican Party, and quite broadly across America, are tired of having political candidates who are snake oil salesmen, who just don't tell them the truth, who tell them whatever they think they want to hear at the moment, and then don't fulfill any of those promises. They've lived that in the Republican primary. I was there in 2016 when Donald Trump said he was going to repeal and replace Obamacare.
We are going to repeal and replace Obamacare.
We have to repeal and we have to replace.
Repealing and replacing Obamacare.
Failed to do it when he said he was going to build a big, beautiful wall across the entire border of Mexico, and then Mexico was going to pay for it.
I will build a great, great wall, and I will have Mexico pay for that wall. Mark my word. This is like the wall. Believe me, we're going to build a wall. Mexico's going to pay for it. Absolutely, Mexico is paying for the wall.
We've got a quarter of a wall and not one peso from Mexico. When he said he was going to balance the budget in 4 years and added $6 trillion to the national debt. And now, yesterday in Iowa, telling people that he would solve the war between Russia and Ukraine in 24 hours.
Before I arrive at the Oval Office, shortly after I win the presidency, I will have the disastrous war between Russia and Ukraine settled. It'll take 24 hours. If it's not done before then.
The only way he could do that is do what he normally does, which is bend down to Vladimir Putin and get him whatever he wants.
With that being said, all I can do is ask the question. My people came to me, Dan Coates came to me, and some others. They said they think it's Russia. I have President Putin. He just said it's not Russia. I will say this. I don't see any reason why it would be, but I really do want to see the server. But I have confidence in both parties. I really believe that this will probably go on for a while, but I don't think it can go on without finding out what happened to the server. What happened to the servers of the Pakistani gentleman that worked on the DNC? Where are those servers? They're missing. Where are they? What happened to Hillary Clinton's emails? 33,000 emails gone, just gone. I think in Russia they wouldn't be gone so easily. I think it's a disgrace that we can't get Hillary Clinton's 33,000 emails. So I have great confidence in my intelligence people, but I will tell you that President Putin was extremely strong and powerful in his denial today. And what he did is an incredible offer. He offered to have the people working on the case come and work with their investigators with respect to the 12 people. I think that's an incredible offer. Okay, thank you.
So there's a long way to go in this campaign. And by the way, Shannon, when you talk about polls, at this time in 2015, Donald Trump was at 4%. So I don't think anybody should be worried about the polling right now. And some of our announcements this week will lead people to believe that there's a lot of support for this candidacy.
Okay, you've said that President Trump, quote, doesn't give a damn about the American people. Millions of them think he is the only guy out there fighting for them. That is their perception. Tens of thousands of them show up at each of his campaign stops. So do you really think you can convince those folks otherwise?
Well, first of all, tens of thousands don't show up anymore. That's another one of the real big lies that happen.
Let's just for a second, Pickens, South Carolina, just a week or so ago, it's a town of maybe 3,500 people, and local estimates, their authorities, their officials, police and stuff there, they said 50,000 people potentially.
That was look. All you have to do is look at the pictures and realize, Shannon, that 50,000 is absurd. But I'm not going to get into an argument about that. Here's why he doesn't care about the American people. He droned on for an hour and a half yesterday in Iowa. He lied about the farm deal with the Chinese. They haven't even complied with a quarter of what they agreed to Donald Trump to do in terms of buying soybeans and other things from the farmers in Iowa. And he spent the rest of the time talking about his own indictment. This is not somebody who's fighting for the American people and their future. This is all about his ego. What he cares about the most is trying to undo the loss he had to Joe Biden in 2020. But since he's a three-time loser, having lost in 2018, the House of Representatives, lost the White House and the Senate in 2020, and in 2022, he wound up losing 2 more governorships, another seat in the Senate, and we barely won the House by 5 votes when, in fact, you had a president whose popularity was at 35%. So he's in this for himself and himself only, and not in it for the American people. And over the course of the time, Republican primary voters are going to see that too. If we want to lose to Joe Biden again and have an 82-year-old Joe Biden in the White House, then let's nominate Donald Trump.